All right, in example 2, we have a histogram shows the number of different instruments each member of a jazz band can play. So we have a histogram here that we now are going to pull information from. And I can see that it's about instruments played because there's a title on the top. The frequency is down the left axis, or the Y axis, and it goes anywhere from 0 up to 6 because that's the highest bar. And then they're in the intervals for the numbers of instruments. They're grouped from 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 7 to 8. So it's asking which interval contains the most data values. So I'm going to look for the bar that's the highest. And I notice that from 1 to 2, it goes all the way up to 6. So I know that most of the students can play 1 to 2 instruments. So my interval that contains the most data is going to be 1 to 2 instruments. Because it's the highest bar. How many band members can play more than 2 instruments? So I have to look at this and I say, I know that if it's more than 2, that means it cannot be equal to 2 or less than. So it has to be larger, which means the intervals that would work would be 3 to 4, 5 to 6, and 7 to 8. And any of those intervals will answer question B. However, I notice there is nobody that can play 5 to 6 instruments, so there is going to be a 0 amount of people I'm going to add to that. So I'm going to go ahead and add the bar for 3 to 4, which is 3, and then 7 to 8, which is 1 student. So I have a total of 4 band members that can play 2 or more instruments. Always make sense of what the question is you're asking so that you know how to label it. C, how many band members can play at most 2 instruments? So I have to look at the word at most 2. At most 2 means that they can play 2 or less, but they can't play more than 2. So if I look at this on my histogram here, the only interval that is at most 2 would be the 1 to 2 category. Because if I can play 1 instrument, 2 or 2 instruments, I would play at most 2. And that bar goes up to 6. So my answer is 6 band members. Using histograms to be able to read information is really important.